Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to take a daily devotional and we're going to deconstruct it. The piece is called Jesus Heals All Who Come to Him, and we're going to pull it apart to see how it works. You know, its message, its structure, and what it's asking the reader to do. All right, let's get into it. So right off the bat, the whole thing is built on this one single quote, this line from the book of Matthew. It's not just a nice opening. It's the absolute foundation, the central pillar for the entire argument about healing. It's meant to give the whole message a feeling of, historical authority and real divine power. Okay, so let's start with the big idea here, the core message. What you'll see is that this isn't just a history lesson about something that happened 2,000 years ago. No, it's making a very specific, very bold claim about right now, today. And here's that claim. The big argument is that there's this unbroken line connecting what happened in the Bible directly to you, the modern reader. The idea is that this healing power isn't some dusty old artifact in a museum. It's a real, accessible thing that's available today. I mean, look how simple they make this argument. By putting then and today right next to each other, it's a really powerful visual punch. The message couldn't be clearer, right? What was true back then is just as true right now. No difference. So, how do they back up this huge claim of timeless healing? Well, it's pretty smart. They go right back to that first piece of scripture we saw and start unpacking it, piece by piece, to really drive the point home. And this is interesting. They don't just say Jesus healed people. Nope. They get super specific, listing out the exact afflictions from that verse in Matthew. And there's a reason for that, a rhetorical purpose. It's designed to show that the scope of healing is, well, massive. And then they throw in that little phrase, and many others, which basically implies, hey, nothing is off the table, no condition is excluded. And this is where we see a big pivot. The focus shifts from what Jesus can do to what you have to do. Faith gets introduced as the key, the essential ingredient. And we're not talking about just passively believing something. No, faith here is presented as the active catalyst, the thing you need to do to unlock all this potential. Okay, so we've got the concept down. Now let's see how this whole thing shifts gears from being a theological idea into a straight-up instruction manual. Because that's the point, right? The goal isn't just for you to understand an idea. The goal is for you to do something with it. And boom, here's the action plan. It turns this abstract idea of faith into a clear 1, 2, 3, 4-step process. It's basically a how-to guide. It's all about getting you to stop just thinking about it and to start actively participating in making this healing happen for yourself. And to make it even easier to really seal the deal on this personal commitment, they give you the words to say. A pre-written prayer, it's like a script you can follow. And this line right here, it perfectly sums up the exact act of faith that the entire devotional has been leading up to. Something else that's really important to notice is that this isn't anonymous. There's a name attached. God's servant, David F. Wayfalu. That attribution is key because it gives the message a specific voice, a face. It's not just some random text. It's a teaching from a real person. Okay, now hold on, because this is where everything shifts in a really big way. Up until this point, it's all been about you, the individual. But once that personal commitment is locked in, the camera pulls way, way back. It connects your personal act of faith to something much, much bigger, a global mission. And it all starts with this one giant number, 500 million. It just kind of drops it on you with no context, right? It's designed to make you go, whoa, what is that? The scale of it, the ambition, it definitely grabs your attention. So what's it all about? Well, it turns out that number isn't just some statistic. It's the actual name of a massive evangelistic campaign. All of a sudden, that personal little devotional we were just looking at is revealed to be just one small piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. The mission? To reach 500 million people. So once they've laid out this huge mission, the next logical step is to tell you how you can get involved. And they do. They lay out these 3 very clear paths for engagement. The goal is to transform you from someone who just reads the message into someone who actively helps build the organization. And I mean, just look at this. The way they go about building this community is completely modern. It is a full-on digital strategy. They're using everything: WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. It's a whole digital ecosystem designed to connect people. This prayer schedule really shows you just how global and how coordinated this whole thing is. I mean, think about it. By getting people in different countries, in totally different time zones, to pray at the same time, it creates this incredibly powerful feeling of unity, of a shared live experience. And finally, to keep you engaged, to take you deeper, they recommend more reading material. And guess what? The books are all written by the same guy, David F. Nwafalu. It creates this really tight, consistent loop, right? Everything reinforces those core ideas of healing and miracles that we started with. So when you step back and look at the whole thing, this devotional is a really fascinating case study. It starts with a very personal spiritual promise and smoothly transitions into a super structured, digitally savvy plan to build an organization. It really makes you think, and it leaves us with a big question for today. How exactly does this model show us the new ways that faith, technology, and community are all being woven together?